This crackers recipe is so addictive. Hi my cook buddies, welcome to another exciting recipe. In this video I'll be showing you how to make those 3 ingredients crackers. This is one snack you love to make all the time. It's my kids all-time favorite. It's very easy to put together and the result is amazing. Into a clean bowl, sift in about 2 cups of flour, add in half a teaspoon of salt and mix it to combine. When it is well combined, we're going to go in with some oil. I'll be using 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. You can use any oil of choice. You can opt for olive oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, just any cooking oil. Proceed to mix this all together till it's well combined. If you're looking for a simple snack recipe that your family would love and will never fail you, then it is this crackers recipe. Well, going with about 3/4 cup water in 2 batches. Proceed to mix it all together till a soft dough is formed. We do not want to have a lumpy dough, so make sure it is perfectly mixed. It only takes a few minutes to achieve this. Make sure to mix it very well till there are no flour traces. Your dough should be soft but not sticky. If your dough turns out too soft, which I doubt if you follow this recipe, just go ahead to sprinkle on some flour. Well, our dough is mixed and there are no flour traces. You can see when I pull it apart, you can see it is not as elastic as we want it to be. So we're going to place it in a bowl and cover it up for about 20 minutes for the gluten to settle. Once the gluten settles, it gets more stretchy and it's easier to work with. And if your dough turned out hard, you can just sprinkle in some water and mix it yet again. But if you follow this recipe to the letter, you're not going to get any of these problems aforementioned. After about 20 minutes, our dough is well rested and the gluten has settled in perfectly. It is softer to touch now and super stretchy. You can see how stretchy this is. So perfect. Compared to the texture I showed you guys initially before resting the dough, this is way more stretchier. So sprinkle some sizable amount of flour on your work surface because we'll be needing a lot of flour for this. Go ahead and divide the dough into 4 equal parts. You can use your scale to measure it to make sure that it is equal, or you can just eyeball it. So one after the other, we're going to fold in the dough to get a round shape. First off, I sprinkle it with some flour and then I proceeded to tuck it in just like so. Then I'm going to give it a pinch, then turn it upside down and give it a little press. I'm just going to go ahead and repeat the same process for the remaining 3 doughs. At this point, I'm done with all the dough, the 4 of them. So I'm going to sprinkle on some more flour and set 3 aside and work with 1 first. When setting your dough aside, make sure it is properly covered because we do not want it drying out before it is time to roll it. And please, when sprinkling flour, try to be generous because this is going to help the process later on. So one after the other, we're going to roll it all out. Sprinkle on some flour and sprinkle flour on your rolling pin as well because we do not want the dough to stick on the pin. So sprinkle flour, sizable amounts of flour all over, then start rolling. Roll it out to be very flat, so exercise some more pressure on the rolling pin to make it very flat. Make sure to sprinkle on flour as you go so it doesn't stick to the rolling pin, as I mentioned earlier. These sheets can be used for a lot of things. You can use this pastry sheets for your samosas, your spring rolls, your money bags, you name it. So go ahead and repeat the same process for the remaining 3 doughs, not forgetting to sprinkle on flour as you go. When you're done with the last dough, it is time to stack them up. Sprinkle flour generously on the dough, then place on another dough on top of it. Sprinkle on some more flour and place the third dough. Repeat this till you place the last dough, that is the fourth one. As you are placing the dough on top of each other, make sure they are properly aligned. After placing the last sheet, proceed to sprinkle on some more flour at the top of the fourth sheet. So I'll be using this cookie cutter to cut out the shapes I want. You can use any shape you like. Make sure to rub some oil on the cookie cutter as well to make it easier to sink in. So go ahead to place the cookie cutter and give it a good press for it to come out just like this. You can see how cute this is. Aww. Remember, we stacked the sheet in 4, so we're just going to open it up to get 4 of this. So one after the other, we're going to gently peel out the layers to get 4 different layers from this. You can see how easily it comes off because it was well floured. If you want yours to come out like this, make sure to flour it appropriately. And if you know stacking it in 4s will make it difficult for you, you can just do it one after the other. It's just that it will take more time and it will be more stressful. So you can see how it comes off. So we're just going to repeat the same process. Put in your cookie cutter and cut out all the shapes from the dough. If you have watched my video to this point and you are not yet subscribed, please do subscribe to this wonderful channel. Like my videos, watch them, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you feel about my videos, or let me know what you feel about this particular video. Let's discuss in the comment section. So we're going to remove the unwanted parts of the sheets out of this. Mind you, we are not discarding this because it is edible, so we're going to fry it later on. Watch this video to the end to see how we fried it. Once you are at this point, heat up some oil in a pan on low heat because we'll be frying this. As you can see, we are done with them now. We've opened all of them and it's time to fry. One after the other, toss them in a cooking oil that is on low heat. We do not want it to burn, so we are frying on low heat. Make sure your oil is very hot before adding this into the oil so it doesn't soak up oil. Proceed to give this a gentle stir for it to fry evenly. After about few minutes, this is what you have. Take it out of the oil onto a paper towel. The paper towel helps to soak up excess oil from the crackers. And remember the dough we set aside earlier? I just cut them into tiny bits and fried them as well. I let it fry for a few minutes until it is golden brown like so, and I scoop it out of the oil onto a paper towel so you can see nothing goes to waste. And there you have it, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Our crackers is ready, super crunchy and delicious. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye guys.